Happy Sunday, everybody. Glad to catch you, hopefully, before you go to church this morning or afterwards if you're watching this after you guys have gone to your church service. If not, you can watch ours online. Um, Today, we are finishing chapter 6. We're really flying through these, but I think we're going to slow down for a little bit after today's. So today we're finishing off finishing off chapter 5 and starting chapter 6 with the guilt offering after the sin offering yesterday. And then I believe, if I looked ahead correctly, it's kind of a little bit of a shorter uh, reading for all of these, so they kind of repeat again after this one. So we go from the guilt offering back to the burnt offering, but it looks like we talk about something different. Anyway, we'll get to that tomorrow, starting with tomorrow's video. But for today, we have the guilt offering. No question for today. Spent a good day with family. It was, not cold, but like chillier in the 60s, high 60s, rainy day, overcast. I love it. This is my kind of day. Had a carnival that I went to this morning. Then I had softball practice, and then went to eat with my parents because my sister was at a thing. And then we got back and went for a walk. Went to go get her food because she was at a thing, so she came home late. And then I just kind of got to relax and work on some of my stuff today. So it's been a kind of nice Saturday. I missed out on camping with my fiance and her family and friends, and our good friends Brooke and Blade there in Pennsylvania too. And it just sounds like a really good time that I missed out on there. But I can't be at everything, and they can't be at everything, and sometimes that just happens. So yes, it's unfortunate that I missed it, but I think everybody had a good day, so that's the important thing. All right, enough about me. On to the reading of the guilt offering. The Lord said to Moses, "When anyone is unfaithful to the Lord by sinning unintentionally in regard to any of the Lord's holy things, they are to bring to the Lord as a penalty a ram from the flock, one without defect and of the proper value in silver, according to the sanctuary shekel. It is a guilt offering. They must make restitution for what they have failed to do in regard to the holy things, pay an additional penalty of a fifth of its value, and give it all to the priest. The priest will make atonement for them with the ram as a guilt offering, and they will be forgiven. If anyone sins and does what is forbidden in any of the Lord's commands, even though they do not know it, they are guilty and will be held responsible. They are to bring to the priest as a guilt offering a ram from the flock, one without defect and of the proper value. In this way, the priest will make atonement for them for the wrong they have committed unintentionally, and they will be forgiven. It is a guilt offering. They have been guilty of wrongdoing against the Lord." Oops, sorry, ad popped up. The Lord said to Moses, "If anyone sins and is unfaithful to the Lord by deceiving a neighbor about something entrusted to them or left in their care, sorry, or about something stolen, or if they cheat their neighbor, or if they find lost property and lie about it, or if they swear falsely about any such sin that people may commit, when they sin in any of these ways and realize their guilt, they must return what they have stolen or taken by extortion, or what was entrusted to them, or the lost property they found, or whatever it was they swore falsely about. They must make restitution in full, add a fifth of the value to it, and give it all to the owner on the day they present their guilt offering. And as a penalty, they must bring to the priest, that is, to the Lord, their guilt offering, a ram from the flock, one without defect and of the proper value. In this way, the priest will make atonement for them before the Lord, and they will be forgiven for any of the things they did that made them guilty." So it's pretty interesting reading through that one, because it made me think of one of the, I want to say it's not an argument, but one of the differences that my fiance and I have, which at first it's something that I just kind of laugh about when I think of it, um, is when you find something on the ground, just out in the world, say it's money, that because that's usually what we have found. If you find like change on the ground or like a dollar or something, um, I was always, like we never had any problem with picking it up, and I mean you just kept it because it was just change or money that people lost, and it would be almost impossible for somebody to track down exactly who lost it or where it came from, because in my mind a lot of people could lie about it if you just go up to random people and say, "Did you lose this? Did you lose this?" If they see money, not everybody, and I'm not saying it's a lot of people, but some people will say, yes, that's mine, even though it's not theirs, because they see that it's money. Um, so it wasn't ever really that big of a deal to me. And like with my like parents growing up, if they, if you found change on the ground, you're like, oh, that's an extra penny that you can put away and save for something. But like Kai is a little bit different. She doesn't like picking up money off the ground because it belongs to somebody, and what if they come back looking for it? Which I understand the point. If you lose something in a place that it's obvious to remember, quick story, when I was in high school, I found, I think it was like $16 in cash in my high school. And so I thought, okay, there's a small enough pool of people here. So I gave it to my religion teacher because he was also in charge of like some of the athletic stuff that was happening after school that day, which is when I found it after school had let out and I was just kind of in the school. And there were some events happening. So I found the money. I let him know about it. He said, okay, thanks. I'll keep it, and if anybody comes and asks for it, then I'll let you know. And if nobody asks for it by the end of the night, then come tomorrow or Monday, whenever the next school day was, he's like, I'll just call you, and you can keep it because you're the one that found it, and you're honest enough to turn it in. Now, in that situation, I thought that there was like a small enough chance, or not a small enough group of people where the chances of somebody actually, losing money that they would care about. I mean, $16 is $16, especially, 10 years ago when I was in high school. So it was I thought it was a little bit better chance that there was, somebody who was going to miss that money and would look for it or ask around for it. It ended up nobody did ask for it, so he gave me the money back after I turned it in. So in that instance, yes, I would have felt guilty if I kept that. But when you're walking out in public or like in a, wherever, and you see like loose change on the street or sidewalk in a parking lot, whatever, I just don't think that there's a good enough chance that you're going to find the right person that it belongs to, at least not somebody who's going to care if they lost loose change or a dollar or something. Or, if they lost it and they aren't like looking for it frantically, it might not be the biggest game changer. If you find like a wad of 20s and you keep that, I'd be like, yeah, no, don't do that. Turn it in. Or obviously, if you see somebody who's looking for it, don't be, don't swear falsely about it. Don't lie about it. Don't tell yourself that, oh no, that's not them. Or just, even worse, just say, okay, that is them, and this is the money they're looking for, and keep it for yourself. So me, that's where the difference comes into play. I guess that's kind of like that can be an unintentional kind of question for you guys if you want to do. It's just, what do you do in that situation if you find loose change anywhere? But I won't make it like an official question. Not that there is official questions, but I won't put a speech bubble up here on the screen so you guys can answer it. It's just kind of my own personal story and kind of like a little bit of a difference between my fiance and me, which was sparked by a couple of these verses. All right. I have officially made this video way longer than it needs to be, so I will leave it there, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yes, I know the beginning of the week, it's Monday, but it's almost, it's warm here already, and if you're in school or if you're a worker in a school, you should only have a few weeks of school left. I think we're down to, I have 1 week this week of my finals, and then I'm done with my college classes, and then I have, including this week, 3 weeks left of the school that I work at, and then it's summer break. So looking forward to that. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.